Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Sergeant Major Harris, the 6th Special Forces Group. Today we're going to be going over a few of the weapons that the 6th uses. That's our standard issue. Starting with the assault class. We're going to start with our assault rifles. When you're in the 6th, you're permitted to use the SCAR-H assault rifle. Under the SCAR-H, you'll see that there are quite a few optics that you can use. We keep our stuff all American, so the standard sights that you'll be using will be the Reflex RDS, the Hollow 1X. Under medium range, we use the M145 3.4X and the ACOG 4X. Under accessory, you can use the canted iron sights. You can use the magnifier. You can use the flashlight, and you can use any of the lasers that you'll see on your screen, such as the laser sight, tri-beam laser, green laser sight, and laser light combo. The under barrels, you can use the muzzle brake, the heavy barrel, the compensator, the suppressor, the R2 suppressor, and the flash hider. For underbarrel, you can use the underslung rail, the bipod, the ergo grip, the angled grip, the stubby grip, vertical grip, and folding grip. For camouflages on these weapons, we use either the default, flat adaptive, or spray adaptive. All of the attachments I just showed you will be for all of the following assault rifles, the assault rifles and carbines that we're about to go over. So besides the SCAR-H, you have the option to use the M416, which is a German-made weapon but commonly used by U.S. Special Forces, or the M16A4, an old American classic. For carbines, you may use the ACWR or the M4, another American classic. Under the engineer, there are PDWs that are permitted to use. We have the UMP-45, the PDWR, the UMP-9, and the MPX. Carbines are all the same under engineer. Under support, for LMGs, you are permitted to use the M240 Bravo, the currently used American assault, currently used light machine gun by the United States military, the M249, or squad assault weapon, something used by the infantry in the United States Army, the old school Vietnam M60E4, or my personal favorite, the AWS. Carbines are the same for this kit as well. Now for all three of these kits, I'm going to go with the DMRs real quick, and then the shotguns afterwards. So in terms of DMRs, you're permitted to use the Mark 11 Mod O, the M39 EMR, and the SCAR-H SV. Before I go on to recons, I'm going to go over the shotguns real quick with you as well. I don't know if I said that already. The 870 MCS pump action, good old Remington. The semi-auto M10-14, And I believe that is all of them. Under those, real quick on the shotguns, because I know they have a few different attachments for them. Just for the ammunition types for these, you're gonna want to. We stick with buckshot and slug. We don't use frag or dart. Duckbill and all of that. Those are not permitted. The only barrels that we use for the shotgun that are outside of the standard muzzle brake and compensator is the full choke or modified choke. Before we move on to recon, I want to go over the handguns for these 3 kits because they're all the same. For secondary firearms, we use the P226, the M9, the M1911, and the compact, or not the compact, my apologies, the 44 Magnum. For engineer, you do have the option as the breacher to use the shorty 12 gauge. They basically just the tiny ass M870 pump action, really. It's a 3-round, it's a fun little gun. Ghost ring is permitted for that, but nothing else. For accessories, it's the same that you would see on the assault rifles and the carbines and the LMGs. So it's, you know, the flashlight and all the laser sights. And it's the same with the full-size shotgun. It'd be the full choke or the modified choke. For standard handgun attachments, you may use the ghost ring or the mini RDS. For the accessories, you may use the flashlight or any of the laser sights. And for barrel attachments, it's the same as the assault rifles: muzzle brake, compensator, flash hider, heavy barrel, and a suppressor. If you're in my fire team, you will absolutely always use suppressors because we're hush hush. For recon, in terms of sniper rifles that you're allowed to use, you have the option between the M40A5, the M98B, the SRR61, and the CS5. In terms of attachments for these, you are permitted to use medium range sights, M145, and the ACOG, just like the assault rifles and LMGs and carbines and all that. For optics long range for the sniper rifles, we have the rifle scope 8x, the hunter scope 20x, and the ballistic 40x. In terms of accessories, you may use the canted iron sights, the laser beam, tri-laser beam, green laser sight, laser light combo, the variable zoom 14x, and if you should so choose, the rangefinder. For barrels, it's basically the exact same thing as the assault rifle, starting with the muzzle brake onto the flash hider, the suppressor, and the R2 suppressor. If you use the CS5, you're allowed to use the CS5 suppressor. Under auxiliary, you can use no auxiliary if you want to. You can use a bipod or a straight pull. For the recon secondary weapons, they have a little bit wider variety. They have the same standard issue pistols if they'd like. They can start with the P226, the M9, the 1911, or the 44 Magnum. but they have the extended pick between the Glock 18 and the 93R, due simply to the fact that they have a bolt action and could use something a little more automatic when somebody decides to get froggy and leaps. Now on a lot of these kits there's the grenades. We're gonna go over grenades and knives for each one of these kits. Starting with grenades. You're permitted to use the M67 fragmentation grenade, the M34 incendiary grenade, the M18 smoke grenade, the M84 flashbang, and the hand flare. For knives, I'm not very picky about what you use. I literally just do not want you to use the shank or the machete, because the shank looks fucking stupid and the machete is a combat spoon, and I'll have none of that. You get brownie points if you use a Bowie knife. For the assault, we have two types of assault. We have the medical assault, combat medic, or the grenadier for assault. We're going to start with medic in terms of gadgets. For gadget 1 and gadget 2, it doesn't matter which order you do this in, but we're going to do med bag and defib for gadget 1 and then gadget 2. So under gadget 1, you can use the medic bag, as I just said before. If you're brand new to the game, that's alright, you can use the first aid pack. For gadget 2, the defibrillator, as I had said before. For grenadier, you have a little bit of a different setup. For gadget 1, you can use the M320 high explosive. And then for your second gadget, you have an option between the med bag or the defibrillators. That's a personal choice at that point. For gadget 1, you'll have a choice between a few different launchers, starting with the MBT Law, the Mark 153 Small, the FGM 148 Javelin, the FGM 172 SRAW, or the FIM 92 Stinger. For gadget 2, you have an option between the repair tool, the M115 AT mine, the M2 Slam, or the EOD bot. For the support, you will be under gadget 1 using the ammo box. For gadget 2, you will have a choice between the XM25 Airburst, the M224 Mortar, or the C4 Explosives. Under the recon for gadget 1, you'll be using the radio beacon. For gadget 2, you have a choice between the portable laser designator or the PLD, the C4 explosive, the soft lam, the MAV, or the M18 Claymore. Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. Again, Sergeant Major Harris, the 6th Special Forces Group on PS4 Battlefield 4. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't give a shit if you didn't. Have a good day, and hopefully you got the balls to join. Fuck off. America. America! Fuck yeah!